Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nikki, known here as the One-Handed Bandit. And in today's video, I will be comparing eyebrow gel to eye pencils. And to be completely honest, it's just a matter of preference for the person. Some people find that pencils are more easier to work with than pomades. But for me, I like both. I just don't like those waxy and slippery pomades. I don't like the really dry ones where you really have to drag your brush and pretty much dig into your brow. I don't like those. I've had some of those in the past. Um, but how I do my brows on a day-to-day is basically I combine the two. I line with a pencil and fill with a pomade. So I'm just going to zoom you guys in just a little bit closer. So the first thing is that I like to, have one of these spoolie brushes where it is dual-sided. It has the brush on one end and the spoolie on the other. So I brush my brow hairs up. And sometimes it's not always perfect, so you don't have to worry about your brows being perfect all the time, because mine's never are. As you can see, they're very uneven. So these are the three pencils that I like to use. The first one, in no particular order, is the Jordana eyebrow pencil, and this is in the shade dark brown. It is dual-sided, so it has one of these types of brushes on it. And then it also has a pencil. Another pencil I like to use is the Benefit Precisely My Brow. I have the shade 4.5. This one also has the spoolie and the pencil on the other end. And I also sometimes use my MLN Beauty pencil as well. This is in the shade Chocolate Chip. She is pretty much out right now because of COVID. She can't, I guess, reach her supplier. But whenever she does go back in stock, I will be ordering maybe about 5 or 6 more, because the last order I ordered from her was maybe, I would say, in January, and I ordered either 4 or 6. I think 4, because my first order I ordered 2, and then I ordered 4 more, so I had a total of 6. I'm down to 2. So I will be ordering more as soon as she gets more product in. So I'm being very careful with using these brow pencils because I don't want to run out. So I've mostly been using my Benefit or my Jordana. I like the Jordana brow pencil because it's a lighter shade of brown. It's not too dark. So I mostly use it towards the front of my brows. So I'm going to stop rambling, and I'm just going to go ahead and get started with getting these brows together. So I'm going in with the Precisely My Brow in shade 4.5. And I'm just going to line so you just line under your brows. It's like where you were in school and you just trace the line. I'm just basically tracing where my brow shape is. Just outlining the shape of my brows. And if you have very sparse brow hairs and you don't have a shape and you want to create your own shape, you can draw out the shape that you prefer as well. So that is my natural brow shape, and I'm just going to do the other one. And see, it's okay if you mess up. My hand slipped, that line is crooked, but everything will be even in the end. So this is just how I do my brows. And then I go in and I fill my brows in with my pomade. Mostly this summer I have been only just using the pencil, but for the sake of today's video, I'm going to also be using the pomade. One of my favorite pomades is by the Crayon Case, and I'm going to be using the shade Ebony. Now this is a bit too dark. I could use dark brown or maybe even medium brown, but I like the tail end of the brows to be a little bit dark. So I'm just going to put just a little bit on my brush, and I'm just going to fill in the tail end of my brows. And I apologize if you see something in my eye. I have really bad morning allergies, and it's really early in the morning, and my allergies are not so nice in the morning. So I fill it to just about right there. And I'm just making sure it's completely filled in. And then I do the other side. Now some people can do pomade for their entire brow, and for me it's hard because I believe I don't have a brush that is sharp enough to carve out the outline of my brows. So to me, I don't see any issue with just filling it in. I like the way that it looks. So I do it to about there, and then always make sure you close your pomade after you're done because it dries out very, very quickly. So next I'm going to go in with the Jordana brow pencil, and this is a lighter chocolate brown. So I'm just going to use that to fill in the front part of my brows. And that's just it. That's just how I do my brows with pencil and pomade, and I just spoolie the front of the brow hairs just to give a gradient effect in the front. And then you just take your concealer shade. You don't go in with a lighter shade. You go in with the shade that is your actual concealer shade, if not your foundation shade, and carve out the brows. Because if you go in with a lighter shade, you'll sort of have a white cast or shadow under your brow, which is lighter than your skin tone, and it doesn't look presentable. So I'm just going to go in with my concealer shade and just carve that out really quickly. So you do the same thing that you did with the pencil, now you're doing it with the concealer. And then you want to pull the product down. So this is the final look of my brows. I just went ahead and went with my foundation that I always use. I just use that above my brows. And normally if you don't have a scar up there, you don't have to use any foundation, but I do. So I just go over my brows with the foundation that I use. But remember, I am not a makeup artist. This is not a tutorial. This is just basically how Nikki does her brows. I do both pencil and pomade. I didn't mention it, but I do have two other pomades. One from ColourPop in the shade Granite, and the other one, Anastasia Beverly Hills pomade, and also the shade Dark Brown as well. And to be completely honest, it's just a matter of preference for the person. If you're interested in trying out brows and, playing around with your brow application, I do recommend that you start out with a pencil. And then once you get the hang of that, after using it for maybe a few months, then I would definitely graduate to a pomade and try that out and see how you like it. Definitely try drugstore first, because these pomades, especially Anastasia Beverly Hills, is I believe $20 or $30, which is a lot of money if you don't know what you're doing, and then you end up having a product that you can't use because you don't know how to use it. ColourPop, their pomade is very inexpensive. I believe it's about $5 or $6. And then NYX Cosmetics, NYX, they also have a pomade as well that comes in a little squeeze tube. It kind of looks like this shape with, the little squeeze tube, but it's brown. So you probably seen it around in your Walgreens or whatever drugstore that you frequent the most. I'm quite sure you've seen it there, but definitely try that pomade out as well. I hope that this video has been helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.